In response to the current crisis, the entertainment industry has the opportunity to rebuild, but fear is pressuring it to get back to normal, to the old way. Normal didn't work for all the diverse voices who were unheard from, and definitely didn't work for the Chimaera Project. A better way forward requires a fresh vision. It's time to meet the new architects.
A nonprofit organization dedicated to empowering filmmakers identifying as female and to help change the landscape of hiring practices in the film industry. A special thank you to J. Paul Getty Trust and the California Community Foundation for their support and recognition that the arts are central and vital to Los Angeles County. Hollywood seems to be kind of going back to the old ways of what's tried and true because they have to research the industry itself. That kind of stuff makes it harder for indie directors to come through, marginalized voices to come through.
The biggest hurdle is widening the pool of talent, because right now Hollywood does pull from the same pool because it's safe. And so that's where I think we really are stuck, is that Hollywood just regenerates a lot of the same people. And, and they shut out other people because they're too scared to take a chance on somebody new.
Because yes, of course it's hard for everyone, but it's particularly hard for particular groups, and it has been, and it continues to be.
Diversity in casting always seems to come down to casting directors. And like everybody else on a project, I answer to the writers. I answer to the showrunner. The showrunner dictates who I see or what types of people I see.
The more diverse the directors, writers, producers are, the more diverse the crew is, the cast is. That's how you create diversity in my mind. Unfortunately, most of the gatekeepers don't look like me. Are really not going to change what is fundamentally problematic with this industry, which is it's incredibly racist and incredibly sexist.
I agree. I think it comes down to having more diverse creators. In addition to it being just having diverse creators, I think it's really getting those long-standing producers at each studio and network to be the ones to, shepherd them when need be, because they're the ones that are kind of, like the heavy hitters, right? And so if they're vouching for them and they're ensuring, hey, this, you don't know this writer, but we read them, we know it's going to be amazing, then a studio and a network are more likely to say, oh, okay, well, you're in good hands, let's make this show.
If you don't have to do any of the work, then you're not going to be engaged.
I told them in the interview that although I'd like to work on the job, I wasn't interested in working on it if it was just going to be another white family comedy. That's not something casting directors typically say at a job interview, because obviously everywhere I look, I'm represented. It sets up an unconscious freedom in my head. Anything is possible for me. And that's not always the case for people of color in this country.
The issue is that it's a machine, it's not one person or one executive or one department making a decision on what gets made.
That's how systemic racism works.
The machine is broken, and I will give you that.
I think so many filmmakers of color have to be the jack of all trades.
The question is, how do we change the system?
For me, every time I direct a project with a talented, diverse crew is a win.
The outreach in a way that, that TV executives don't always have.
Don't accept the status quo. Challenge everything. Push. Talent is out there. The female producers are out there. Amazing women producers are out there. So
studio executives have to take a stand. Showrunners have to take a stand. Writers, directors, casting directors, actors, everybody has to take that stand.
If people just create content and continue to create as much content as possible and just keep going, don't stop, keep trying to change the system, keep educating yourself in your craft and keep creating.
I hope that Hollywood is watching and are taking notes.